When I was a student, I read the book Exodus by Leon Uris, and it changed my world. I was born shortly after World War II had ended. We were taught nothing about the Second World War and the Shoah in school. After finishing my professional training and having worked in different fields, I was responsible for Jewish cemeteries and war graves. I witnessed how Jewish cemeteries were desecrated in Baden-Württemberg again, less than 40 years after the German crimes against humanity had taken place. Today my daughter sends me newspaper articles and radio reports on the trial every day, so that I can hear the words of the survivors and the bereaved of the attack in Halle. She calls it counter-public, and I don't understand it. Why does the public not want to hear the words of the survivors? In my last job, I witnessed racism or lewd remarks almost every morning at the coffee table. Usually I was the only one who argued against it. I always taught my daughter, you have to practice arguing in peace times, so that you can speak up for others when it really counts. That's why I speak up to the conductor when he only wants to see the tickets of black people on the train. I am not a political activist. But just because I'm not all political doesn't mean that I close my eyes when injustice happens right in front of me. I worked until the age of 68 and can look back on 50 years of service. From my life experience, I can say that I'm not a particularly courageous person. Not as courageous as Abdul Aziz in New Zealand, who opposed the Nazi shooter and saved countless lives. Or like Mr. Tekin from Halle. But it cost me nothing to speak up against racism at the coffee table or to oppose the conductor's racist acts on the train. The generation before us has already allowed families, neighborhoods and circles of friends to be torn apart once in this country. That injustice became law. Laws didn't even have to be changed, only the culture and jurisdiction, and no legal practitioner was condemned for it afterwards. Today a Nazi is on trial, and that is good. But with the Nazi, next to the Nazi, we are all on trial too. Every one of us who does not speak up. Right now people are dying in Moria and North Africa. Giving these people a safe place here wouldn't cost the world. I didn't have to cut back on my living in any way because of 2015. But since then hundreds of people have drowned in the sea. Being born in Germany is not something that you choose or accomplish. But it is also no coincidence that in Germany there are again attempts to murder Jews, and that we as Germans prefer to let people die rather than to give asylum to those who seek protection. The Nazis and their thinking were never really gone. That is why it is all the more important to show courage in the workplace, in schools and in the local councils. And also to act, and for example to pay the travel costs for the plaintiffs to attend the trial, to finally pay for protective measures for all Jewish establishments, and if German Nazis attack businesses, to help these businesses financially as well. That would be the least such a wealthy country could do. Dear ladies and gentlemen, you do not deserve to have to be in Magdeburg today. You did not deserve to have your children, your sense of security, or the life you had before taken away from you. I wish to express my sympathies. My feeling of pain will not heal yours, but I want you to know that you are not alone. I want you to know that I will keep speaking up so that when it counts, I will also speak up. All of us can speak up against hate when one of us is spreading hate or hurting others. I was in the civil service, and I know that every state and city can do more than what was done in Hanau or Halle. We all have it in our hands every single day. I wish you much strength and wish for all of us that the people in this country become a little bit more courageous, like Mr. Tekin, Mr. Prowrotsky and Mr. Aziz.